So, we've all been there, right? You spend hours, maybe even days, researching, writing, and polishing the absolute perfect piece of content. You finally hit publish, and then crickets. Google just won't rank it. It's incredibly frustrating. But what if I told you the problem might not actually be your writing, your keywords, or even your backlinks? Welcome to this explainer, where we're going to walk right through the SearchBot's gauntlet to uncover the technical barriers that are quietly holding your site back. Seriously, think about it for a second. What if your absolute best content, your sharpest service page, or that carefully crafted homepage copy is literally invisible? Because without a solid technical foundation, the search engine bot can't even get through your website's front door to read that content in the first place. If your site has weak technical SEO, Google simply never sees any of your hard work the way you intended it to be seen. It's like throwing a massive party and forgetting to send out the address. But don't worry, we aren't going to get totally lost in the technical weeds today. Here's our roadmap for this explainer. We'll start with the invisible foundation, then follow the search engine's exact journey, uncover the critical traps you might be falling into, tackle speed, give you a prioritized action plan to fix things without the overwhelm, and finally, we'll look at what all of this means in the new AI search era.
All right, Section 1, the invisible foundation. Let's establish what actually makes up the critical infrastructure of your website.
It is so easy to tangle these two concepts up. Look, technical SEO and content SEO are cousins. They're not siblings. Content SEO asks if your site answers what people are actually searching for. But technical SEO asks a much more fundamental question. Can search engines access and understand the site at all? You absolutely need both. A technically flawless page with really thin, forgettable copy isn't going to beat your competitors. But, and this is the absolute crucial part, brilliant content hiding behind a block tag goes nowhere. Technical SEO clears the roadblocks so your content can actually shine.
Moving right along to Section 2, the search engine journey. To really grasp this, let's personify the search engine bot as a visitor knocking on your door to see the exact gauntlet it has to run.
Here is that exact 5-step sequence. First up is discovery. Google has to actually find your URL, usually through internal links or a sitemap. Second is crawling. This is the bot literally knocking on the door and requesting the page from your server. If it's blocked, boom, the crawl stalls right there. Third is rendering, where Google processes the code, like JavaScript, to see what a human visitor would see. Fourth is indexing, where search engines analyze, catalog, and store your page in their massive database. And finally, canonicalization. If search engines find several near-identical URLs, they have to pick one as the real version. Only a page that survives this entire 5-step journey even gets a shot at ranking.
Which brings us to Section 3, critical technical SEO traps. Now we need to understand exactly where the bot falls into traps during that journey.
What's really wild here is the stark contrast between two very misunderstood tools. Robots.txt manages whether crawlers can access a URL, while NoIndex tells search engines not to include a page in the search results. They are not the same thing. Mixing them up can quietly tank your site's visibility. The source material shares this unbelievable anecdote about a law firm client. During a site redesign, they accidentally copied their staging configuration straight over to production. They unintentionally slapped a no-index tag on every single practice area page they had optimized for local keywords. They wiped out their own visibility overnight. The content was great. They were just flat out telling Google not to index their main money pages. Okay, next trap, the XML sitemap. So many people treat their sitemap like a magic wand, assuming if a URL is in there, Google's just going to magically rank it. In reality, it's way closer to a suggestion box. Common mistakes, like leaving in redirected URLs, mixing HTTP and HTTPS, or including no index pages, they send incredibly mixed signals to Google. Your sitemap must be immaculately clean. It should only contain final, preferred, indexable URLs. Nothing else earns a spot in that file.
Then we have canonicalization. This is how search engines settle the argument when you have duplicate or nearly identical URLs. Imagine a local business with separate pages for roof repair in Raleigh, roof repair in Durham, and roof repair in Cary. If whoever built the site accidentally sets the canonical tag on all three of those to just point back to one generic national service page, well, Google might just treat those 3 distinct local pages as duplicates of a single page. Boom. 3 local markets worth of visibility, gone, all because of one templated setting.
Another brutal trap is the orphan page. This is a page that has absolutely no meaningful internal links pointing to it. There's no natural path for a user or a crawler to actually reach it by clicking around your own site. The source notes a time a team published this highly valuable product launch plan template, but they totally forgot to link to it from their main resources hub. It was basically undiscoverable. Sure, a site might eventually find it, but internal links tell search engines how your topics relate and which pages actually matter. Without them, your best content is just floating in the void.
All right, Section 4, Speed and User Experience. Let's see how all this technical stuff builds into the human experience, because Google Index is based on mobile usability.
Google measures this using Core Web Vitals. You've got largest contentful paint, which measures how fast the main visual content loads. Then interaction to next paint, which tracks how responsive the page feels after someone taps or clicks. And cumulative layout shift, which measures whether things jump around unexpectedly while the page is loading. Listen, a clunky mobile experience is not just a design flaw. It is actually a ranking issue wearing a cosmetic disguise.
So what's causing these bad scores? Honestly, it's almost always the usual suspects: giant images, heavy widgets, and pop-ups. Imagine a prospective customer standing in a hot parking lot trying to book an appointment on their phone. Your site loads a massive high-res background image, then a chat widget pops out, then an embedded map loads, and then a newsletter pop-up fires, all before the Call Now button is even usable. It is completely miserable for the user, and search engines are absolutely going to penalize you for it.
Section 5. Auditing and Prioritizing Fixes. Now that we know the traps, we need to shift from theory to a triage action plan.
Automated audit tools can throw hundreds of warnings at you, so think of this like medical triage. You do not need to fix everything at once. Focus strictly on the immediate indexing emergencies first. If your server is throwing 5xx errors, or you have accidental no-index tags on valuable pages, or your canonicals are wrong on major pages, you've got to fix those today. They are actively blocking you from search results. Things like redirect chains or orphan pages are important, but they can wait until the bleeding stops. And those minor things like missing meta descriptions or old 404 pages with zero traffic, you have full permission to just monitor those or ignore them entirely for now.
And hey, you don't have to fix it all yourself. It is vital to clearly divide the labor here. If you're a marketer or business owner, empower yourself to handle the marketing side. Monitor Google Search Console, submit clean sitemaps, update internal links, and find broken links. But when it comes to the server side, changing robots.txt rules, setting up server-level redirects, fixing JavaScript rendering, hand that straight to a developer. Seriously, trying to do server-level redirects yourself is a fantastic way to accidentally take your entire website offline.
Finally, Section 6, Surviving the AI Search Era. We have to address the elephant in the room: AI Overviews and ChatGPT search tools. How does technical SEO fit into this new landscape? Well, the short answer is nothing changes about the foundation. AI bots need the exact same technical setup as traditional search engines. There's no secret, separate checklist for showing up as a supporting link in an AI overview, because ultimately, an AI system cannot cite a page that it never managed to access, crawl, render, or understand. Weak technical SEO blocks traditional rankings, and it completely blocks AI answer engines too. To manage this new era, you might want to consider adding a specific policy statement to your robots.txt file. By using these tags, you're telling compliant crawlers that your content is allowed to be used for traditional search indexing. That's the search equals yes part. But you are protecting your content from being scraped for broad AI model training or real-time AI input. It's just a really fantastic way for businesses to maintain their search visibility while reserving their hard-earned content from broader AI exploitation. Which leaves us with this final, critical question to chew on. Is your website's technical foundation actually ready? Remember, getting a perfect audit score means literally nothing if a customer can't book an appointment. Fixing these foundational traps, the accidental no-index tags, the sitemap errors, the mobile roadblocks, is the only way to ensure the amazing content you've worked so hard on actually gets seen by search engines, AI bots, and most importantly, your customers. So, go check your Search Console, prioritize those immediate fixes, and open the front door to your website. Thanks for joining me on this explainer, and happy optimizing.